Hi, we need to continue the coding, HTML and CSS coding for the web design website prototype. This is a list of suggestions how you should use this video. The notes for this video can be found at this URL, which is loaded here. Okay, after this video, you should be able to build that. Okay, and we stop somewhere here after the button, so we should be able to add one row for the gap, one row for the text, and another row for the gap below here. Okay, and of course this is referring to the design that we did. So from here you can calculate the height for each row that you need, and you can calculate the width for the text that you need. Okay, and we store our files in CTEM web design, coding HTML CSS, index.html, which is here, and style.css, which is here. So let's load both files and let's open it a little bit. And to view these files, we just right click and say open with Firefox. Okay, so we are going to add one row here first for the gap, and I think it is around 15 pixels because this part is around 15 pixels. Okay, the height. All right, let's do that. So let's go back to our index.html, move down a little bit, so, and we are going to put all this in the section. So we're going to put a row here, we're going to call it R7, save, and go back to style.css, go all the way to the bottom and say that we don't really need R6, we just call it R7. We just say R7 is going to be of this background color. If we actually want to see the color of R7, we can always use white first, and then we can always use white first, and then we comment it out. So let's see this. So R7 is this one. That's good. So we can comment this one out. Okay, so that's R7, and we can put text here, so we're going to call it R8, and we cannot specify the height of R8 because if we specify the height, when we put more text, it will not push the R8 down. So you want it to grow with the number of text, the content of the text you have. All right, so let's do that for R8. I'm going to just do this real quick because or else the video will be really long. Okay, so I'm just going to copy R8 here and explain that R8 would have 5 columns. Column 1, column 2. Column 2 contains the text. Probably we should put in other things like header and p tag and things like that later, but right now this is good just for the prototype. And then we have column 3, column 4 is the text, and then column 5. Okay, that is R8. Save and go back to the CSS file. But first we need to do is specify the width of the R8. We do not put the height. We cannot put a height, mainly because if we put a height, when we have more text, it will not grow. Okay, so we don't put height. And then we put the first column for R8. the first column for our 8, remember to flow left with the background color. So first column is like the width here. Okay, so we need a little bit of width here. And then the second column is the text. Second column is the text, which is this one, and then third column is the gap here, with gap. So that's the third column. Fourth column is the text again. So fourth column is the text, which is here, and the fifth column is the gap here. Save your work and then come over here and reload. You will have the text here very nicely. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to create another row below here, okay, for the gap. So I'm going to create a R9 before the end of the section. R9, and then we are going to find out the height of the R9, which is 15, and then that is that. If you want to see what's going on, we can always put some white color there, and then we can comment it out later. Save your work. So you have your gap for R9. Okay, so always have a little bit of gap after the text, and then I can comment this one out. So R9 is good. It's corresponding to the gap here. The height is 15 pixels. Okay. All right, that's R9. Okay. And that's a very good place to stop. In the next video, we are going to finish the bottom here, which is equivalent to the copyright and the navigation below. Okay, here. All right, thanks for watching.